Well, let's move now to other stories. South Korea's Yonhap news agency is reporting that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea fired 4 short-range missiles off its eastern coast late on Thursday. It's been speculated that the move could be a possible prelude to the launch of a long-range missile towards Hawaii around Independence Day on July 4th. South Korean Defense Ministry spokesman Won Tae-jae says the firing came just hours after Pyongyang ended talks with Seoul without progress over their joint industrial park. The firing is the first military action that Pyongyang has taken since the UN Security Council passed a resolution that bolsters sanctions on the DPRK following its May 25th nuclear test. A Pentagon spokesman says the U.S. remains concerned about the missile and nuclear program, but called Thursday's launches not unexpected. Meanwhile, Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Takeo Kawamura says a long-range missile launch by the DPRK this weekend is possible. In Hawaii, missile defenses have been beefed up. Those precautionary measures began after a mid-June report in a Japanese newspaper that suggested that Pyongyang may fire a long-range missile towards the Hawaiian Islands in early July. At the same time, China's Vice Foreign Minister Wu Dawei has left Beijing for a visit to 4 countries to discuss the nuclear crisis on the Korean peninsula. The 4 nations are Russia, the US, Japan and South Korea. The minister has led the Chinese delegation at the 6-party talks for the last 4 years. He'll exchange views with relevant parties on the Korean peninsula nuclear issue and also the situation in Northeast Asia. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says Wu Dawei's itinerary will be arranged according to results of various consultations, adding that China will continue to push forward the 6-party talks despite the DPRK's nuclear experiment 1 month ago.
China always advocates the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula through dialogues under the 6-party talks.
Also at the same time, Chinese officials have met for discussions with a U.S. envoy on UN sanctions imposed on the DPRK. U.S. envoy Philip Goldberg had this to say after their meeting.
Our objective is full implementation of the UN resolutions on North Korea. We intend to implement those resolutions with the overall goal of returning to a path of denuclearization and non-proliferation in the Korean peninsula.
Meanwhile, in Vienna, Japanese diplomat Yukio Amano has been narrowly elected to become the new head of the UN nuclear watchdog. He promises to tackle rich-poor tensions that are weakening the fight against the proliferation of weapons. The current Japanese ambassador to the IAEA won the necessary 2/3 majority to become the agency's next head. He obtained 23 votes from the 35-member board. His main rival was South Africa's Abdul Samad Minty, who won only 11 votes. Amano will officially succeed the current Director General Mohammed al-Baradei on December 1st this
all
year.
The member states.
It's 10 minutes past the hour. Lots of stories still ahead. This is what you can look forward to. When we return in just a minute, voting early. The interim Honduran leader moves up new elections to November amid violent protests and international pressure. And seeking middle ground, the WHO Director General calls on medical experts to remain vigilant in fighting AH1N1.